Hello, Ivy. Hello, Monty.
Hi, Monty. Hi, Ivy.
Hello,
Mhm.
Hi,
GM.
Monty.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start with the check-in. Some people are joining, and Franco is assembling the chairs here, just so you know. And yeah, it's a nice day today in Barcelona, quite sunny. I'm happy to have you all on the call and looking forward to discuss. Yes, friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, looking forward. Like I think the context for this meeting for me is to discuss the plan for this quarter and align and give feedback and suggestions. And on that note, I'd like to pass to Ivy.
Thanks, Max. I'm happy to see Monty and Mapper again in this call because it only happens once a month. And I don't know if Jeff is here, but I thought he would be joining. But yeah, it's so good to see your faces, even at least once a month, because I've been having calls weekly with Yine, Max, and Lily. So yeah. And then check in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this call as well to share some updates on what we've been doing in the diversity and engagement circle, and also share the future plans for this quarter. I'm passing it to you, Macy.
Yeah. It's this time of the month. And as always, happy of seeing you in this space. And yeah, as Ivy, I'm looking forward to discuss the things we have prepared. We have prepared for the trust and reputation circle. Some plans ongoing, and yeah, and the future things to be achieved during this Q1. Hey, Maffer. And yeah, that's all. Everything is okay from this side of the world, and I'm gonna show you something. I have a capybara. Totally random. Yes, I know. But I need to. I don't know if because I joined a little bit late. Muffer, have you passed or no? No, go.
Yeah, I can go. Yeah, happy to be here as every month. I'm happy to see you guys. I miss you. As I went to Barcelona, I miss the whole party and stuff, but also creating with you guys. But it's nice to be here. Excited for the new updates. I saw the preparations for the regions. How is it, the Refi conference? It was so cool. It's a shame that I couldn't stay. But yeah, excited and proud of all you guys have been done um, in this past year with Trusted Seed. So yeah, happy to be here. I'm actually going to be in 2 meetings at the same time because I'm training a new girl in my other job. she's a beautiful tiny girl from the Philippines. So I feel like it's my new Ivy. Hopefully not. No, nothing can replace you. No one can replace it. So yeah, I'll pass it to Monty.
Hey, nice to be here. Yeah, I've been feeling honestly a little bit overwhelmed this week with everything going on with Cello and with Refi DAO at the same time. But starting to get through that and gonna have a nice break this weekend and hopefully come back feeling refreshed next week. But yeah, excited to hear updates on Trusted Seed and go from there. Pass it to Louise.
Amazing. Thank you, Monty. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. Also happy to be having the meeting in the GIF house, like not right next to Mark's, but like in the other floor, so that, for instance, we can have our meeting afterwards in person and so on. Quite happy overall. Last week we had the Refine conference here in Barcelona. That was pretty good. I was quite happy with the result overall. I was quite excited in the end. It was a 6-day event and it required a lot of like energy and so on. So it was good that I had some rest afterwards as well. And then now looking forward to finally sitting down and putting like stuff on paper and planning things a little bit better and executing as well, because that's quite important. And that's it from my side. So overall happy to be here, and then I'll pass it to Jeff.
Awesome. Thanks all. Hope I didn't miss too much. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. And for some reason, my camera is broken. I guess I need to restart my computer, but I have too many things open to do that. So I guess I'll just suffer through. Great to be here. Yeah, it's been I assume this is a quick check-in round. I've been really busy on a bunch of projects, a lot of bonding curve stuff lately with the bonding curve research group, and inverter, which is pretty exciting. Also lots of potential opportunities for the TEC, augmented bonding curve, and like better dashboards, Dune dashboards, lots of stuff in the works over there. So pretty excited about all that. Also with some of the data science we're doing on the bonding curves, I'm really eager to turn some of this like analytical tooling towards conviction voting and looking at, doing some of the past data analysis of where conviction voting has been deployed in TEC and OneHive. I feel like there's a ton of data out there that we can learn so much from. So yeah, eager to continue going down these sort of computational analysis tools for what a lot of the tools that the Trusted Seed has been talking about for a few years now. Other than that, yeah, happy to be here. Excited for the check-in. Sorry I couldn't make it to the ReFi on conference. I was really hoping to get to Barcelona for that, but ended up having to move my flights. But I will be in Europe as of what is today? Next Sunday. I'm going to Berlin, and I'll be in Berlin Blockchain Week. So hope to catch some of you there, and DAppCon and a couple of other events. So I see Louise thumbs up. Great. I'm looking forward to catch up and have some convos. But I won't delay any further. I guess I'm the last check-in, but feel free if anyone was missed. I didn't see who went before me.
Okay, so then let's switch to the discussion. This quarter, we set up the topic of building foundations and groundings. The previous quarter was topic was setting the perspectives. So I think this is aligned with our long-term strategy and the need for initially understanding and then regrouping a bit for the plans. This is just a general framework, but then for specifics, I'll pass word to Ivy on her circle.
Thanks, Max. Can you help me with sharing screen?
Of course.
Thanks. Yeah, so for the diversity and engagement circle, Max shared with me this research. I can remember that research, but we started looking into the metrics or how to on maintaining like the balance for an ecosystem to function healthy. So we want to look at our metrics for this quarter in these three areas into this perspective. So first is to maintain a healthy balance and integration and of small, medium, and large organizations. So we wanted to start tracking the profile of our partners. So I listed here the main partners that we've actually been actively engaging since last year. We have other partners on you can find them on our website, but we're not really actively engaging with them. So I just put here we have active engagement with. And so yeah, so you can see here Giveth and ReFi are the biggest community that we've partnered with. So we'll keep tracking this, and then in this quarter we will see which segment is lacking in our community. So this in terms of sizes, but we also want to look into the incomes and resources of our partners. But at this moment, I still don't have any idea on how to track those information. But I can easily just give the sizes. So I'll work on this quarter to I'll work on these two topics on tracking the profile of our partners this quarter. And then can you move lower? Thanks. And then another thing that we want to do is to maintain a healthy balance of resilience and efficiency. So we thought Max shared with me this window of vitality, and we want to achieve this optimum balance between resilience and efficiency. So first thing that we thought that we can, the metric that we can use to measure resilience and efficiency is the participation rate among members, but this may not be the best and most direct metric to measure though, to measure efficiency and resiliency. So we'll just, for now, this is what we will be tracking for this quarter and improve the participation rate among our members. And maybe in the next weeks, I look into the other metrics as well, how we can assess the efficiency and resilience of our community. And then can you move over? And then also to maintain sufficient diversity. So we've identified a lot of diversity gaps in our community, such as geographical gap, gender. We don't have so many, we haven't onboarded so many non-Web3 people, and then some organizations that are focused on building regenerative economies. So we'll work on addressing this diversity gaps this quarter as well. So to measure those, we'll be looking into projects or partners in these regions in Australia, New Zealand, Africa, and maybe Southeast Asia. And then on gender, women-led organizations. And then for non-Web3 and region economics, we'll still look into what kind of what kind of metrics that we can use in measuring this, in maintaining the diversity. So to achieve all these goals, these general goals for diversity and engagement, we're hoping to use our programs to achieve our goals for this quarter. So if you scroll down, Max, a little bit. I'll just focus on the three main programs that I want to work on this quarter and give you also updates. So for the renewals, as you know, we have annual membership in the association, and we have started the renewals this month. So we have already sent messages to all the expiring memberships, and to make it easier for because I think in the past year, in the past calls with in this group, we talked about being about exclusivity of the membership process. So we want to make it easier for our members to renew. So we gave them an option instead of donating some DAI. We gave them more options of renewing. So they can also just mint their region score, which costs like maybe $1 just to do it. So if they mint their region score, they can just send the transaction link to us, and then they can be automatic. Then they can be renewed. And then the other options we introduced to our existing members are showing a proof of on-chain region activity. So if they participated in the governance of a region project, that's also enough to renew their membership. And then we've also introduced a new quest for the Trusted Seed members. So, I will share it here. So, so you can also take a look. So we've set this up already on Quest Chain. It's on Optimism. So this you can the members can also pick just one task to signal their interest in being active in the Trusted Seed Association. So in the past, when people don't renew, when they don't renew, we just say, okay, then we burn your tokens, or your membership has expired, blah blah blah. But this year, the change that we're doing is, if someone fails to renew or doesn't take any action, we just label them as inactive. So we don't want to exclude anyone in the association. We want to keep them in our community even if they don't renew, but we will just label them as inactive so that we understand their level of participation and engagement in our community. So that's the meaning now of if someone doesn't is not able to renew their membership, because we want to keep our community intact and not lose anyone unless they do something something bad to our community. So that's the meaning now if someone doesn't renew. So that's those are the main changes in the renewal process for the membership this year. And then can you go back, Max, to the other things? Yeah, and then for the body the quest. So I want to talk about the quest as well. So we have started the yeah, I shared this is the first quest that we've launched, but we didn't really fully announce it. It's just part of the renewal process. But we have started working with Glow Dollar. We have set up the quest for Glow Dollar as well, and we're about to launch it next week. It's just that the quest chain they removed the Arbitrum chain. So we're still working on some technical issues with the platform, and then we can start launching this quest with Glow Dollar. And then the other things that are in plan for the Trusted Seed quest, so I can see here the tasks as part of the Glow Dollar quest. And by the way, for the Glow Dollar quest, it will be open to everyone, but we will require a Trusted Seed membership to be eligible for the 50 Glow, a USD Glow reward. So anyone can participate in the quest, but if you're not a Trusted Seed member, you will only be able to mint the NFT of the quest. So that will be your reward. But if you're an active Trusted Seed member, you can be eligible to receive a 50 USD Glow for completing the Glow Dollar quest. So this is the first quest that we will be launching, and then we still have more in the lineup. So if you go back to the Notion card, Max. Yeah, here. So we have as you know, we are participating in different Gitcoin rounds to raise funding for the quest. So we proposed in the TEC and Climate Solutions round to create a quest design where we will match token engineers with eco projects, and then they can create like a concept of the application of TE principles in region projects. So this will a combination of mentorship program, quest, and matchmaking. So whatever fund we raise from this round, we'll be using it to prepare this mentorship and quest for TEC and Climate Solutions. And then for ENS, they didn't accept us into the Gitcoin round, but we are still in the ENS small grant. So it's not gonna be a lot of funding, but whatever we will get from the ENS small grant, we will use it to design a quest to onboard non-Web3 people as part of our goals for the diversity and engagement. And then we also have an active round in Earth. We are also participating in the Earth round in Gitcoin. So for this one, the quest will be similar with Glow Dollar. So for this quarter, these are the quests that we'll be working on, and let's see if we will find other partners that can fund our quest. So yeah, that's the thing with the quest. And the other goal so the main goal of having this quest is to activate or to have more engagement and participation in our community, and use the quest as well to get more new members. So we'll be tapping into Glow Dollar to community to invite them to apply for Trusted Seed membership, so they can also participate in our quest and get the USD Glow reward. So that's the update for the quest. And then the last thing I want to talk about in my circle is the buddy program. So it's just a simple, we're starting slow with this. We're working on the CRM and assigning ourselves to reach out to people instead of just using the mass mass email, so we just or an email blast. We want to assign the gardeners, me, Luis, Max, and Yine, to keep in touch with the members, to establish this relationship with them, and so maybe they can be active in the community as well. But the other thing I want to talk about the buddy program. Can you click that arrow? Next. Okay, maybe not this one. In the Q2 batch. The Q2 batch. Yeah, it's there. Thanks. Yeah, so can you scroll down? Yeah, so we want to also start engaging the advisors and the board to in the body program. So we want to ask for your help like every quarter to bring at least one person to the Trusted Seed community. So that's that's our only request from the board and advisors every quarter. Just bring one. If you can refer at least one person to apply for Trusted Seed membership, it will be helpful in addressing this diversity and the diversity gaps in our in our communities. So if you know people from women-led organizations from Africa or from New Zealand, then invite them to our community. So in the next weeks, maybe I'll be sending a follow-up on this and just remind you if you have a referral, or but maybe it's best if you can just reach out to them directly and send them the membership form, and then we will review and we will find out if they've been referred by you. So those are my updates. I don't know if you have questions or feedback.
Okay, so should we move on then to Inesi? Inesi, would you like to share or should I?
I think it's okay if you share.
Okay, go.
Okay. Okay. So for this queue, we have established two main objectives, and all the activities are focused on one or the other. So for the first objective, we are considering having this promotion of this mutual beneficial relationship and common cause values. This is coming from this concept of mutualism. That's something that I learned from Max. That's new for me, and at the same time, it is not new. Like well, the way I understood it, as a general concept, is create these win-win scenarios and collaborative efforts between us and the community. So basically, for achieving that, we have these two activities that are composed for small projects. We have the Trust and Reputation Circle calls, which we are right now in the fourth call, I think. Yeah, I omit that here. But our current plans are keep having this space under this focus of having these collaborative efforts on enhancing trust and identity and collaboration in the Web3. We're using these spaces for having sprints iterations with the current proposal we have in the pipeline, by measuring the participation, by understanding what are the opportunities this space might generate in order to create more integrations between our projects and between people, basically. The idea is to work on these proposals we currently have. As I mentioned, we have as current proposals the ReFi Passport social catalog with Monty, OP Score. We have some matchmaking integrations with Metagame. That's still under conversation, but seems to be something that we can make. We have the matchmaking quest. This is like a combination of ideas in terms of finding this ideal match between people and projects or challenges, not only under the focus of finding a job, but create these collaborative efforts, as I mentioned before. We're also trying to enhance the members' reputation system. We are currently trying to test and implement HATS protocol as a solution for that, together with Regent Score. We are still drafting and improving the proposal, testing some things. Luis can also share a little bit about that later, since he's basically leading the proposal. And the idea of all these efforts is in by the end of this queue, trying to evaluate this progress and how we can understand these connections and the way we are going to, trying to gather this feedback between participants to continuously improve the program. And yeah, this the ideas we currently have for this space. But it is mostly also focus on these proposals, right? Like to understand which of them passed our funding. That's like some of the key metrics we have here in the Trust and Competition Circle. The other thing that compose this objective is the matchmaking program. The idea is to double the successful matches we had in the Q1. And for that, we're working on our database. We're trying to enhance the tags that can be included in our data in order to take to leverage that information enough in order to get these matches and use that data to improve our current programs as the Region Score, for example, the matchmaking itself, and the social catalog, which is something we are going to integrate also in the proposal with RefiDAO, right? And the second objective, well, I don't know if so far you have any questions, but if so, you can raise your hand. On this objective number 2, we are still trying to work on this balance of creating constructive scenarios and not extractive, and trying to measure that. For now, we have in the pipeline this region awards project, yeah. And the objective of this program is basically to, as I stated, to cultivate this reputable region economy award with a lasting impact. In the first scenario, we envision it as a what's the name of that? Sorry, I forgot the word. This award, Max. Oh, it's very important. Nobel Prize. Aha. That's the initial concept, the Nobel Prize. And but Max suggested something, and I really like it, and it is a possibility of turn this into a very big report, an impact report. That's something I need to talk with the committee. I haven't done that yet, but yeah, the idea is for this queue is to establish this quality committee, develop this clear idea about what the region awards should look like. And well, we are having those two visions, like managing as a Nobel Prize or managing it as this very big impact report where people can submit their projects information, their current impact they have achieved so far, and we can compose a big report where we can track and analyze their interactions between them. Because what I notice and is the fact that we are like more focused on these immediate or more known organizations, and we should like check out what else is there, behind us, behind this small ecosystem. But well, it is not small, but you understand me. Like this well-known ecosystem we have, and trying to see what other organizations are doing good based on this region focus, and allow them to participate into these region awards, so we can select between in established criteria not the best, but those that highlights because of their efforts. Okay, I think that's in general view all the goals for this queue. these all the tasks we currently have. Yeah, I think that's all what I can provide for now. But if you have any questions for a specific project or task, I can, of course, provide more information. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, moving to Luis.
Cool. Thank you, Max. So from my side, I don't really have the objectives up to date. They're on the page. So I'll basically just be bringing, what are basically the objectives from my side. So I think just giving a quick review. Last week we had the Refine conference, so that was kind of the a big objective that I had that was concluded now. I'm still preparing some post-event material. So for instance, like a review and kind of an analysis of how it went, what would be the learnings from it, and so on. So I'm still preparing that, but with that, then that will be concluded. And then for this quarter, I'm basically going to focus on 3 objectives. There would be first one, the implementation of Heads protocol, as Inesi was already mentioning. So basically throughout this month, we are doing kind of a little sprint in which we are implementing Heads protocol for the gardeners, and then we'll test it out, set up a few integrations, and then see what can be relevant for the trusted seed community, and then eventually roll out to the board members and members as well. A few ideas is to integrate it with Guild.xyz, and it could be a token gating system for Discord. Another one would be to have some kind of a forum on Charmverse and voting with Snapshot. And eventually it could also be integrated with the Safe multisig. So that's one of them. And then the second objective would be the mentorship program. So connected to it, there are some not so great updates that the mentorship program that we proposed to Optimism didn't get to pass. But the good news is that we're doing it anyway. So basically, we were already expecting the possibility of not getting accepted with the grant, so we were already kind of setting up the stage to do something, to be able to do something on ourselves as well. So basically now we'll be coordinating to structure and soon start activating mentors for the program. Me and Ivy talked a little bit about it, and when we'll plan a little bit better to have a quest, for instance, to activate mentors. So that members of the Trusted Seed community that would be interested in giving mentorships to projects or individuals and so on would be able to apply to the program and then see how they could do it. So that's basically objective number 2. And then objective number 3 from my side would be to basically plan and support, collaborate with Max, Monty, Inesi on the region, on any developments of on the region score or the refi passport. So we've been discussing that for some time, and now basically the idea would be to focus on wrapping up, like seeing what would be the requirements that we would have and so on. And also we're considering to see if we can put up a proposal and eventually get fundings from the ecosystem, such as from Presenti, or maybe eventually from retroactive public goods funding as well. What is really good is now the extra additional alignment that is, I think it's quite new between Celo and Optimism. So we have already been focusing on Optimism to maintain and improve relationships and so on. And Celo has been for a while quite a big player in the refi ecosystem. And yeah, with the focus and like work of the Trusted Seed on supporting region economies and so on, I think it's good to see that there is this extra alignment between these possible partners. And yeah, and possibly the region score or the ReFi passport can be something that would support and be something valuable to both ecosystems. Other than that, then I'll be basically I want to support more Max on the Region Co-op Fund. I think probably he'll talk a little bit more about it. And overall support the tasks of the gardener. So as I was mentioning, for instance, being kind of the buddy and like support person for a few members and support with the onboarding process and so on. And then that would be it from my side.
Cool. Any questions or feedback? Fire. Okay. So now we'll move on to the circle of sustainability and regeneration. So here also, like, I maybe speak just a bit about this research. I was like, initially with the question of how regenerative are we as an organization? So that led me to find this, maybe I shown you before, this Kate's research on like regenerative organizations, and on the carbon copy there is like a self-assessment. But then I also found this cute paper. Yeah, it speaks about the like 10 principles of measurement for regen economies. And so you could see already that within some circles we pilot those principles, we try to distribute it, like those 10 things. And the goals that were put on my list and are next. So within like the global ecological health, I guess we could use this like metric of regenerative reinvestment. Basically, what is the percentage of money and resources go into the infrastructure and capacities? So it means like in nature, but in the community context, it means like in stewardship or something. So this I'm also trying to, like with region awards and this study, I'm trying to also understand who's doing great, are we doing great, and so on. And then for the region alliances, it's like about the circulation of critical flows, energy, information, resources, and money. There is this ENS, it's like some energy network system or something, some approach to measuring this in the system. I still need to learn more about it. I kind of understand the general idea, but yeah, this is like this, maybe in a way somehow connected with this osmotic funding ideas or whatever we do on Gitcoin. But yeah, maybe in more scale and with wider audience. And then for the trusted seed, it's about maintaining reliable inputs and healthy outputs. So healthy inputs, reliable inputs for me, it's funding, of course, but also like the people, the information, and so on. And for the healthy outputs, is the outputs that are doing like, at least not doing negative, right? But ideally doing something good. Hopefully we can get to the time and the space where we issue hype research, and that means something in the total like effort. So we can say, you know, this organization has contributed measurably. And yeah, with the task, one cool update is in regards to the Trusted Seed region impact study. So we had region score, like done some analysis on the population of Optimism and Trusted Seed before. And this time I wanted to do just pure report on the Trusted Seed, you know, like how much people donated and so on. So we generated some data, and there are still some like gaps, but might be not too significant. But the general insights are that a lot of Trusted Seed people with high region score have names. So they kind of declare this public accounts, which might be like just a searchable pseudonym. It shouldn't be like a name of a person, but then you can find some Twitter or something. And within our community, there are like 9 people who hold over 250,000 on public accounts in various tokens, and 24 people with over 50K. And this is just, again, like probably there are other wallets that people have, or some tokens might be like less relevant or not counted, but you get the point. Yeah, and I also haven't found direct correlation between the region's current holdings. So there was like a person with high holdings, low region score, and vice versa. Hard to say, except of people who might have like almost no records, so they have no score nor holdings. There were like over 3,000 donations tracked. I wasn't sure if it's times or dollars, but I guess usually the donation is $1. We couldn't, we understood that we couldn't count, like, for example, like there was some technical problem. We couldn't count donations to Giveth. And also like with Give Balance, we identified like 28,000, but it's probably is too small. And Griff said to me that probably we don't count like state, Giveth or something. So for every token, there should be probably also like a bunch of derivatives, you could say. So it adds up to the complexity of tracking. With the OP, there were like over 400K on those accounts. Somehow we couldn't track delegates, but we know some are delegates within our circles. But maybe there is no, like, again, maybe some updated contract, or I don't know. More than half of people interacted with the optimism. So also a curious metric. Many transactions. 43 project owners. And again, it's like probably people use other addresses, but lots of Gnosis safe voters. Yeah, that's the brief study. I probably won't publish it. Don't see a reason for now, but I think the context was also for me in this like connection to Region Co-op Bank is like understanding the wealth of the community. So it helped to understand also a bit about this diversity in, you know, capital and potential interaction between groups. Yeah, then this report, this board meeting, like, is a result of our constant one-to-ones and planning. Funding strategy is a document where I try to keep updated the opportunities we pursue. So with our plan to raise 1 million during like bull run for the 4 years, I break it down into assumptions of what kind of would be like the networks or the sources. So far, OP seems to be like the biggest source, and these are the proposals or projects that associated with it or might, you know, somehow be. Again, if it's within like years, not like a quarter or something. Same for the Celo. And also, like, there's a big list of other chains. I kind of listed them separately because I don't count. They would be too big, and they are usually hard to repeat. So this is like a more opportunities that we track. Then a few words about the Region Co-op Bank. There is like a link. I am steward in the Region Tokenomics Working Group, or DAO, and with the need to finance the region movement, refi movement better. This is the proposal. I maybe put it here in the chat if you want to check it out more. But in brief, the idea is to collaboratively raise for assets like eco credits, also like loan to the infrastructure projects, and then also hold governance tokens and create more like better governance outcomes. these are the directions of thought to create like multi-chain, cross-chain, cross-project bank that could be built like a cooperative. So in a sense, like a self-aid group, but potentially could also source some funding from like it's usually like charitable funding, but it can also be an institutional funding as we will like mature the organization. And also one other like thing to mention, I just before our call, I had a call with Julia from CCA, and he was interested into it's called fiduciary sponsorship, I could say, in the sense that Trusted Seed, like they kind of want to fundraise for their events and the roadmap research or something under the like Trusted Seed Association, and then invoice it from freelance accounts. So they need like this legal structuring, and they are ready to contribute some percentage of the revenue. It's like still needs to be like figured out, but in the near term, it is like crypto and probably not in the very big size. But for the next year, they're like planning to raise more, and maybe it will lead us to the better care of our legal body, and maybe opening bank account or having a professional accounting. So that's, I think, is a good development that might be like more organization might use if it proves successful.
Sorry, could you explain a little bit more about that? What is the project with CCA? What is that actually? What are they trying to do, and why do they need legal structure?
Yeah, I just put like Trusted Seed legal umbrella, as I call it, because they need to have a like when they fundraise, for example, for events and they got sponsorship and everything, they need like some counterparty to kind of receive the money and then split for the one or two or maybe more team members.
Got you. And they can't use Open Collective for that.
Well, as far as I know, Open Collective doesn't allow crypto, no?
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe we just create like a separate wallet for them, for the activity. I'm interested in this case again, because I think we have this, you could say, common resource of the like Swiss association, but there was not a lot of demand for that. And I see like within my other organization, like Swiss association is like such a agile and reputable way, it seems, to operate from. So they thought like to structure maybe in Austria, but then it costs, so they would rather maybe share the costs.
Yeah, ReFedAO might be interested in that as well. We're having similar conversations with Luke as well. Need to firm that as well, but interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strikes
so
me that a crypto open collective is definitely underserved niche. Fiscal sponsorship in the space is something. I mean, it's a lot of paperwork, and it is like fiscal liability and legal liability. But I mean, we already have a lot of that infrastructure set up through the association. So if this can be like a leverage point for other groups, this could possibly be an area to pursue in terms of like services offered by the Trusted Seed to other groups in the ecosystem.
right, and now maybe I will switch the microphone to our like board members and advisors to maybe give your summary or comments. Anybody would like to start?
I'd love to jump in on a couple of the things you pointed out, Max. I know you said the regen impact study would probably stay internal, but it struck me that there's probably some like light data analysis that could help in there. You were throwing around a bunch of numbers and analysis that sounded really neat. And yeah, I don't know like the extent to which you were able to pull the data. And I've just been like working closely with Sean Anderson and Rohan Mehta from the TEC, and the stuff they can do with data is amazing. Like, the stuff you can tease out of it So just wanted to say, if there's anything further on that type of stuff, I'm not saying that I can really help with it, but I can definitely point to a few people who can do some really neat things. Also understanding this is somewhat sensitive, in that we don't want it necessarily, open repos. There's personally, well, I don't know if it's personally identifiable, but probably somewhat financial or like sensitive financial information when it comes down to wallet addresses and stuff like that. So, understanding the sensitivity of it, it sounds like there are some neat things to tease out in there. So yeah, if I'll take another look in the Notion report at what you had there, but yeah, really interested to dig a bit further into that. Also, you mentioned something about it. There was a group you mentioned, and the opportunity to potentially pursue like the osmotic governance angle, but I didn't catch which group that was you were referring to. Oh, thanks for the report, by the way.
Yeah, it's not a group, it's a methodology. Let me maybe send you the study, and then you will like it speaks about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I would love to check that out. I was just putting out my dog, but I heard osmotic governance, and I was like, wait, what were we talking about just before that? Actually, that reminds me, I need to go get my dog.
It also intersects a bit with the idea of ergodic funding. Have you heard about ergodic funding? Anybody? It's kind of like a concept that comes from physics, but the main outcome they intend to achieve is that within the investment of into different projects, if those projects kind of share somehow their like when they have like extra capacity, if they allow to share, more projects survive till the end and increases the value of the portfolio. This was like the main idea. I'm still yet to research, but there's like lots of this kind of systemic approaches to the portfolio.
What is the
Yeah, I'm
name?
so glad to hear that. I'll share a link on ergodicity because I think it's such a neat concept, and basically like profit pooling and loss pooling can increase the chances of survival for everybody. Sorry, I'm just running in from grabbing my dog, but I wanted to double click on this comment. I'll drop a link shortly.
Okay.
I guess one thing I'm curious about is how is all of these awesome operations that you guys are doing in terms of all the circles, like how is that finance the operations? Like I get that there's these different individual projects that you're kind of going after, in terms of like whether that's like a specific grant program with Optimism or with Celo or the Regen Score or stuff. But yeah, curious how that works with Trusted Seed and going forward as well.
So overall, we have some reserves, I could say. So we just have a constant, like I can send a budget, but it's like constant salaries for gardeners. And then I'm trying to switch it more to the like autonomous circle funding. So each circle has a like a fundable product and can maintain its operations in the long run. So that's the approach. And then each circle can apply. We have applications from like various circles to OP and to Celo and so on.
Got you. That makes sense.
Okay, anybody else? Well then, thank you so much. I guess if you would have at any time a thought, oh, I need to connect them to this person, or anything you would like to discuss over this project, please. And next board meeting would be more focused on board members again. I'll think about the format, but it would be the like opportunity for bot members to also gain something from from this. And yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks so much, everybody. Really great
Awesome.
work.
Thanks for putting this together.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome stuff.
You,
Bye-bye.
ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Great
Bye.
weekend. Bye.
Same.
Bye.